So I'm making this video before Anime Vanguards Update 7.5 releases as kind of like a precursor because I kind of want to talk about this because this is the perfect opportunity for me to talk about it. Anime Vanguards Update 7.5 genuinely has to be a great update, and this is because they have perfect opportunity to be the #1 tower defense game again on Roblox, and I'll be explaining everything in today's video, so let's get started. Before I get started, I just want you guys to know that we are going to try and get to 100k subscribers before the end of this year. And by subscribing before we get to 100k subs, you get to officially be part of the OG sub of AB Plays. So please don't forget to show your support by clicking that like and subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get this video started. I haven't made a video about this yet because Anime Vanguards has, ASTDX has released their update. If you've watched my recent videos about ASTDX recent, updates has been really bad. ASTDX for the past couple of updates has been terrible. ALS right now is at an all-time, not really an all-time low, but it's very low right now compared to the numbers they had before. AA is dead. There's literally no competition but ASTDX, and ASTDX's recent update was very bad. Now, Anime Vanguards is at a position where if this update does well and the next update does well and they do things right, they can take players from ASTDX and ALS and actually cement themselves as the top 1 tower defense game on Roblox again. This is the perfect opportunity for them to do that. Now, first and foremost, this is going to be the summer event. It's gonna have Esenor in it. We're gonna talk about Esenor in a little bit because I think there's a part of Esenor that you guys might not like. There's a part of Esenor that you guys might not like, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. He's going to be a banner unit, right? He's going to be a banner unit. Esenor is going to be confirmed a banner unit. And basically what that means is it's going to be one, how rare is a Kaguya right now? That's how rare Esenor is going to be. He's going to become a 1 in like 25,000 something unit, 0.005% unit. He's going to be that rare. Now, this is what I'm worried about right now with this update is because this update is basically the Esenor update. Everybody's going to be playing this for Esenor. So if Esenor does, terribly, or if Esenor will not do terribly, but if Esenor's rates is 0.005%, right? And people see that, what would they think? I'm really worried about Anime Vanguards right now because this is an opportunity for them to take back players. So they have to do a good update, right? And I'm just worried about what would people think, right? The average player, when they see Anime Vanguards release a very awesome unit and it's locked behind a long, boring grind, which is genuinely one of the worst, if not the worst type of grinds right now in any tower defense game on Roblox. I'm not lying. Godlies in ALS don't take this long. Any unit in ASTDX doesn't take this long. The only game with equally as bad rates and grinding was AnimeDefenders, and they're dead now, by the way. AnimeDefenders is dead now. They had these 1 in 80,000 units, and Esenor is obviously not as bad as that, and Esenor does have a pity of 3 million, but the pity of Esenor would take you right about 100 hours to get to this pity. So I'm kind of worried that people will see that this awesome unit is locked behind that hard grind and just absolutely hate on the update and just leave, because that's a very big possibility that people will see that and just leave this update, because Esenor is going to be a cool unit, no doubt, but how would people even get him? How would the casual player even care if they see Esenor so cool and they can't get this unit because it's so rare and they have to basically waste their life grinding for this unit? I don't know how players would react to that, and that's why I'm genuinely worried. And yeah, this has to be a great update, man. This has to be a great update. It can't be the same Portal thing that they did with the updates 6.5. It has to have something new, right? The way to get Esenor, or the way to grind the currencies, has to not just be portals. It has to be something new, right? And it has to also be a lot easier for casual players because, again, guys, the grind of 100 hours to reach pity, which is the rates for Kaguya. If you calculate Kaguya, it will take about 100 hours to get this pity. That is insane, man. That is just insane. So the update is looking good so far. The update is looking great. But again, the main attraction here is going to be Esenor, and I am worried that people will see Esenor and think that, oh my god, this unit's a 0.05%, I'm just not gonna bother, because that, it honestly does feel kind of bad if there's a unit that's this cool. You see the unit, very cool looking unit, but you can't get him because he's locked behind an insane grind. So it is annoying. That is my worry right now. But if you take a look at everything else, I think it's great. You know, all the other units seem to be amazing, and the developers, from what I've talked and gathered, they are going to be doing something special for this event, I believe. So yeah, this update just has to be good. This event has to be great, because if they do make this update good, and if this update is good, then there's a lot of things that they can do. Because if this update is good, that would likely mean that update 8, you know, and all these other follows, it could be a chain reaction again, and we could get peak Anime Vanguards again, and you know, Anime Vanguards could be the #1 tower defense again on Roblox, because ASCDX is dying, ALS is falling off, all the other competition is just at an all-time low right now. So they could really just take that pie, take that, you know, spot again that they have held for a very long time. They can take it again, and all they need is to just land this singular update, make it a really great update, and I think they could do that. But I'm just saying that this update has to be good, because I feel like Anime Vanguards is at an all-time low right now as well. They have 19,000 players, I think 20,000 players, something like that. If this update does terribly, they're finished. A lot of people are saying that if this update does terribly, they're gonna be cooked. Because, I mean, imagine you have 16,000 players, you release an update, it does horribly, then imagine what's gonna happen after that. But I think this update is gonna be great. I honestly think it's gonna be great. The units seem to be amazing. Esenor seems to be nice. Jin Mori, which is gonna be the world line unit, I believe, is hella nice looking as well. The units as well in the banner seems to be hella nice. Every single last one of these units seem to be hella cool. So I think it's gonna be a great update. I think it's gonna be a great summer event. I'm just worried for Esenor, because again, he's the main attraction, and him being super rare might turn a lot of people off. But regardless of that, I think this is going to be a great update, and I'm really excited to see Anime Vanguards take that #1 spot again in the anime tower defense game Roblox community. Because obviously, if they take that #1 spot, it's going to be better for us as well. You know, if they become #1, we would have more players, and we would have more people to play with, interact with in the community, and that would be more fun, you know? I mean, nobody wants to play a dying game, right? So it would be more fun to see Anime Vanguard, which is pretty much everybody's watching this favorite game, to be the #1 game again. I want that, you guys want that, the developers want that, so hopefully this update is good. There's a lot of things that could make this update bad, like, you know, it being a copy-paste of 6.5, it being buggy as hell, and the stages being very hard and annoying. A lot of those things could make this update hard, but those were complaints we've already had, and I think if they listen to our complaints with update 7 and take our complaints with update 7 to heart and change it in update 7.5, it could be a great update. That's pretty much it. I think this update is gonna be hella nice, and I'm hella excited for it. That's it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.